There is something different about the moment Lisa opens goals with her very first line. Not because her voice is the loudest, not because her presence is the most theatrical, but because there is the weight of history attached to every word she speaks, and most people watching have absolutely no idea. The 27-year-old woman from Buriram, Thailand, stands in front of a camera for a FIFA World Cup anthem, and that is something that has never happened before in the entire history of K-pop. Lisa opens the song with a rap that is brief but carries real weight. My body, my fit, my friends, my whip, bet I'm goals. On the surface, it sounds like the effortless flex of a confident pop star, but if you listen more carefully, there is a second layer that rarely gets talked about. The word goals here is not simply the title of the song or a reference to football. It is a declaration of identity. Lisa is saying that she is the standard, that she is not the one chasing something, but the one being chased. For a Thai woman who once had to prove herself in a Korean industry that was historically very particular about origins, that choice of words feels like far more than just a lyric. The Goals music video presents street-level visuals, dramatic lighting, and intense choreography. And in the middle of all of it, Lisa moves in a way that has become a language entirely her own. Many viewers watch her movement as pure spectacle, without realizing that every detail of Lisa's performance in this MV is the result of a long process that began long before she ever joined BLACKPINK. She started learning to dance as a young child in Thailand, moved to Seoul at the age of 14, and spent years as a trainee before finally making her debut. The body moving through the frames of goals carries the memory of every single one of those training sessions. What is also rarely noticed is the timing of this song's release within the broader arc of Lisa's career. She had just released her debut solo album Alter Ego, appeared at the 2026 Met Gala, and recorded the highest media impact value among all female celebrities in attendance, and announced her Las Vegas residency at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace, becoming the first K-pop idol to hold a residency show there. Goals is not a starting point, it is the peak of a momentum that has been built with remarkable precision. FIFA did not choose Lisa by accident. They chose her because she is the only K-pop name right now with a cross-cultural reach broad enough to speak simultaneously to audiences across Africa, Latin America, Asia, and Europe all at once. Within the MV itself, there are small moments that are easy to miss. Lisa does not share the same physical space as Anitta and Rema. Each artist was filmed in a setting that reflects their own energy, then woven together into a single visual narrative. This is a creative decision that appears simple on the surface, but is actually deeply considered. Lisa is not trying to become Anitta, and Rema is not trying to become Lisa. Yet all three of them are speaking in the same frequency, the frequency of confidence, ambition, and triumph. In the context of a World Cup, that is the most universal language that could possibly be used. There is also something worth noticing in the way Lisa is positioned as the first voice in the song. In multi-artist collaborations, the order of performance almost always reflects hierarchy or deliberate strategic thinking. Lisa opens, not in the middle, not at the end as a dramatic closer, but at the very beginning as the one who opens the door. That is a statement from the creative team that K-pop energy, Asian energy, is the first thing the world hears when the biggest tournament on the planet begins to speak through music. And all of it will reach its peak on June 12, 2026 at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, when Lisa performs Goals live in front of the world for the very first time. She will become the first female K-pop idol to stand on the stage of a FIFA World Cup opening ceremony. Not as a guest appearance, not as a supporting act who shows up briefly and disappears, but as one of 3 official faces of the entire tournament. Many people will watch the Goals MV and see a song, but if you look more carefully, what is actually there is the long journey of a woman from Thailand who has finally arrived at a place where no one has ever stood before.